is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
This is only a test.
DJs and MCs. This DJ, he gets down.
Listen to this jockey's introduction to
Two DJs and a mic with your host, DJ Mike
Is that a timetable?
and DJ JP.
Well, get on it. It's your time.
Give me the mic.
Okay, guys, welcome to another episode of Two DJs and One Mic. Myself, the soft-spoken one, and the infamous DJ JP.
Yes, it is. The one and only DJ JPZ.
Yes, and we're glad to have you here, but as well, we're thankful to have our guest, Andrew Rounds.
Hey guys,
Stands himself.
Yes, sir.
How you doing,
sir?
sir?
Yes, sir.
good. Thanks so much for having me on the show.
Oh, man,
it's an honor.
Yes, it's an honor. We were definitely going to seek you out and try to get you on the show after we heard so many great things about you.
Oh, yes, nothing but great things.
Yeah.
And that was pretty easy to find with my bright orange shirt, I'm guessing. Right?
Yeah, right
Yes,
on.
yes,
Orange is
yes.
the color of the last couple of years for everybody coming out with a new product. So you fit right in. So it's all good.
Yeah, it ain't about Halloween.
No, it's not about Halloween. It's about product presentation. But I mean, it's a nice color. It stands out. I was like, oh, he got orange too. But I remembered everything was orange. I don't know if you had on an orange show at the shirt. Shirt at the show or not? Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Pretty much for the entire week, we kind of kept it orange. So.
All right. Well, let's get into this thing, Miguel.
Oh, yes. So what sparked the idea for paddle stands? Was this a specific moment or a problem that inspired this invention?
Yeah. So we switched to tube lighting in the beginning of 24 in our multi-op, and we have about 10 DJs, including myself, on staff. And we have a fall meeting, 2 meetings a year. And the fall meeting, I checked in with the team and said, hey, how does everybody like the lights? And the feedback was, we love the lights, but we hate the stands. And so I said, wow, man, if we could come up with a product that would solve that problem, we might be onto something. So during the down season a little bit in the winter, kind of put pen to paper and started coming up with some design ideas. And by the end of December, beginning of January of 25, we had some prototypes. And I was kind of inspired by photo booth backdrops, those pillowcase backdrops, the stands.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was sort of the inspiration of like, okay, how can you incorporate something that's quick and easy to release for the tube lights, but also, the stability that those backdrops provide. So that was really kind of the inspiration. And we did some prototyping with some different sizes, aluminum plates and screws and things like that. But I really wanted something that was easy for the DJ, because we all know DJ's time is of importance, both at setup and at teardown at the end of the night. You want to kind of get out of there. But some of the frustration, obviously, and I have that little infomercial on our website at PaddleStand.com, but the frustration was those as you spin those tripod legs, that bolt sometimes comes loose and the legs were falling apart. And now all of a sudden you're sweating and you're scrambling to get that tightened back up, and hopefully you got an Allen wrench in your toolkit. And so it kind of eliminated all that frustration. And I think we posted a picture kind of in one of our groups and online, and people started asking, what are those stands? So we kind of knew we had, at least aesthetically, the way they look, an approval rating, if you will, by people's interest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. So, I really like them. Got to have them. Need some. So take us behind the scenes. How did you go from concept to a fully functional product? You just start thinking about it. Okay, I'm going to put this to work. Or are you an engineer?
I am not. I spent 25 years of my life in the fastener business, doing sales and purchasing. So that was kind of maybe some industrial. I've seen a lot of manufacturing in my days, but it was really just kind of the function. So I brought one here on the show in case those haven't seen it.
Okay.
But we started, as I said, with just a prototype with a aluminum pad, of aluminum plate, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want just a rectangular plate. I wanted something that had a little bit of style and shape to it. But we didn't want to lose the stability by cutting off too much material. So we kind of got this narrow look to it, rounded it so there's no sharp edges. Even on the corners here, it's pretty smooth. And it started to look like, in my mind, it kind of came up like, it looks like the paddle of a rowboat, like this. Right?
Since the name.
That's how we came up with the name PaddleStand.
Okay.
And then because it's, what's that?
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, because it's aluminum and it's powder coated, for a part like that, I knew it had to hang on a hook when it's powder coated. So people always ask us, what are the 3 holes for? And I say, well, I have 3 kids, so there you go. But
that was my next question.
The main purpose is so that it can hang when you're finishing it. So, but people ended up liking the look of it too, like in kind of industrial. We had one customer said, "Oh, this would be great for outdoors. I could put a little stake through it in the grass, like a tent, camping stake, if you will." The other thing that was important from some of the feedback that we were thinking was, we don't want any loose parts. We don't want any loose bolts. So there's no bolts here. Your quick release is, affixed right to the paddle. So there's nothing to lose there. You don't have to screw something from the bottom, because I know there's other stands on the market where you have to do that. And having a built-in bolt into the paddle that we could attach the quick release onto was very important as well. So.
Yeah, I saw the 3. I was going to ask you about the 3 dots, but I also thought about, some of them the battery don't last as long, so you could put a little wire through there and charge them up also.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, so that was the thing that I saw that it might be useful for.
The biggest debate is this the front or is this the front when you have it on your leg?
I would go with the back myself. I mean, with the 3 dots in the back, with the curve to the front.
I think the rounded part.
Yeah, that's how I would rock it.
That's what we do. This kind of gets that Star Wars look.
Yes.
Yeah.
So which side is the front?
I consider the rounded side as the front.
Okay.
The wider portion. So, but yeah, I mean, we wanted, again, something simple, quick. Like I said, just attaching that pad to the bottom, screwing it in. The other thing that was important was, I know there's some other products on the market. So this is like kind of where the research comes in.
Yeah.
So I know other products on the market where you have to have an adapter to go from, maybe a mic stand down to a 1/4 inch, this is the both lighting tube. So we wanted to be able to support, different models. And on our FAQ page, you can see the different brands that we currently support. But 1/4 inches seems to be about 80% of the market. Then you have 5mm and 6mm screw sizes for those coming out of Germany. And then Chauvet has some that we're working on developing a much bigger bolt, almost the size of this bolt head, if you will.
About a 20mm.
Yeah, it's a 12 and a 10. So I think it's the well sticks that we're working on a solution for that as well. So coming out of the Marquee show last couple weeks ago, we got some feedback from people about that. Like, can you support other sizes other than what we already do?
Yeah, I really hate we didn't get to come so I could put my hands on them and touch them and see it, because I really think it's one great product, though. Really great product.
No, appreciate it.
Some questions. So what's been the biggest challenge in building a business around outdoor rentals?
What does that mean for outdoor rentals? I don't think that applies to me. You got the wrong question loaded?
Yeah, wrong question. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah. So what's been the biggest challenge as far as getting it to market and getting everything done?
Yeah, just just getting the word out. That's the biggest challenge, because a lot of these social media groups, they don't want you to like promote, a sales aspect to it. So it's really just kind of a Q&A through other users by posting, one picture in one group, one in another, and then you get some interest. Like, what's that people see? So that's the biggest challenge. Obviously as a startup, you don't want to put a ton of money if you don't know, proof of concept is there, but you don't want to go broke. We put a nice infomercial together. We did some social media posts on Instagram. We got a couple of influencers that have been promoting our product as well. So yeah, just getting the word out, I would say, would be the biggest challenge.
What drove you to going the route that you went to in regards to getting influencers, putting more money into your website and things of that nature?
Yeah, I've just always had even with our multi-op, I've just always had the stance. You've got to present well. You've got to put out a good product that people are going to believe in. And if you're not believing and you're not promoting yourself in a professional manner, not that you can't be successful, but I think it gives you a little jump start. If you got, for instance, the logo, we incorporated the paddle as the A in the stand. I don't know if you guys caught that, but
yes, I sure did.
So incorporating the product into the logo was important to me. So when I designed this, I was like, hey, that's perfect. So having a good logo, a clean website. We've gotten compliments on how simple our website is. It's straight and to the point. We all know it's like to get somebody's attention, you got to be quick, right? You can't drag out a long story.
5-7 seconds.
Yeah. So that was kind of that 7. And really, when you say attach the bottom piece, the connector to the bottom of your light, attach it to the paddle. It's attach, click, connect. That was the 3-word catchphrase that we came up with to make it simple and easily understandable.
Question. So when you order, do you have to tell them which specific light you have, or do you have adapters for everything?
No, we do get inquiries. Hey, can you support this, support that? Again, the FAQ page currently shows most of the models that we support. But we do supply, like if you're looking for Chauvet currently, it's not offered. It's not on the FAQ. So we would basically tell you we can't support that yet, but although it is in development.
Okay.
But we do send the screws because this year you might have both lighting and next year you might have, Ape Labs and you need a 6mm screw. So we send all the screws you need with the paddle stands.
All right. I get it. So we get everything just in case. Yeah. We do something off the beat.
Yep.
All right. Cool. When you were,
Sonia, go ahead.
When you were designing it, what challenges did you face, or what was your biggest challenges trying to design it?
Well, first of all, we didn't want to go, order quantity was important to us. So I would say the design, once we had it down, we found a company in the US. It was important for us to have a company that's going to make the paddle itself. We do the assembly of the connector and the feet and obviously the labeling. But it was, I would say in the design process, there wasn't a whole lot of challenges because we did proof of concept with just a regular flat, plate. So we knew that was it. It was just, I would say, more sourcing the materials was the bigger challenge. But we found a solution fairly quick, and we got over that hurdle in a pretty quick time.
Okay.
So when you say you did proof of concept, could you go a little bit into that? What does that entail?
Yeah, so we kind of went with it. We went with different options on what size should it be? Should it be square? Should it be rectangular? How long should it be? As I mentioned earlier, we were inspired by those photo booth backdrops, and those have really long feet on them. So we knew we didn't want something that long. So we did a trial and error until we finally found something that was stable enough to hold, the tube, and where it wasn't going to tip over easily. Now, don't get me wrong. Somebody knocks in your light, it can go over, but it can go over with a tripod too, right?
Yes.
So stable enough. So that's sort of, once we got that size dialed in, we felt good. And it was the same when we did the risers, which maybe you've seen. This has, as you see, it has 4 holes. So we had to go a little bit bigger to support the height with the.
What is that? A 3-footer or a 2-footer?
This is a 2-footer here. I got the 3-footer. It's probably off the screen here, but
yeah, I can see it. Yeah,
that's the 3-footer. Also incorporating the quick release on the top. We were asked, can you put a quick release on the bottom? But it wasn't stable enough. We thought about it. We thought, oh, it'd be great if you just pop that on real quick and pop the light on the other end. But simple enough. It's like I said, there's no loose screws. The bolt is built right into the paddle, and you can just screw that on in a couple of seconds.
Man, that's well designed. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
you're good.
Because
right?
yeah, and because you want it to be as stable, because you don't want those lights to fall over because they're kind of expensive, and they
in most of DJ setups we saw online. Well, first of all, when we were just going to introduce this to the market, and then we got feedback. We launched in March. And after 2 weeks, we started getting inquiries. Hey, can you get the lights up in the air? And so we kind of paused everything. We shut the website down for orders, and we kind of went back to the drawing board. And within 2 weeks, we came up with, this design. Again, ordering some prototypes. Does it work? Does it need to be bigger, longer, heavier? We ordered 4 different types. Does it need to be thicker? Does it need a different material. You know, we also kept cost in consideration, because some of these stands are, you know, you can get 4 stands and cost you, you know, an exuberant amount of money. And we try to keep it, you know, under that $500 threshold for getting a complete set for, you know, four of these, 224s and 236s. So
what do you find to be your biggest seller?
I would say, so I don't have any with me here because we sold out at Marquee, but we have an all black version. So it's black powder coat with a black pole. Those are the bigger sellers.
Wow. What size? 2 foot or 3 foot?
They were buying sets of them, because at the show we had sets of them, 224s, 236s, and a bag that we were doing at a show special pricing. So still under 500. But
so what's the next show you're going to be at? Will we see? Where's the next show?
Focus, young Jedi.
No,
well, we do have a Save 10 promo code right now that's running through probably the end of August. We had it at Marquee. We're keeping it through July and into August in honor of the show in Atlantic City. Even though we're not going to be at the show, we're still offering that Save 10 to people who might
be at the show. We're going one day. We're going
okay, we're going to hook you up with some promo shirts.
You'll be at the show.
Yes.
We'll be with a QR code. Here you go. Scan us.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's really cool, man. I really like these. Go ahead, Miguel.
So, and I know you've, you know, touched on some of these things, but what is some of the game changers that you've heard from DJs and production crews in regards to pedal stands?
Oh, just the design. A lot of people, I mean, yes, the quick release, the ease of setup, the ease of teardown, that's always a benefit, right? But we're hearing more and more that even just cosmetically, just the appearance of it next to your $4,000 or $5,000 DJ booth and your expensive speakers, you know, instead of having that $10 tripod stand, you've got something that matches, you know, the appearance of the presentation. I think that's a game changer as well.
Yeah.
For a lot of DJs, they're like, you know, I know the stands are a little pricey. These are $149 a pair. But if you're doing multiple events throughout the year, you know, in excess of 10 or 15, you know, probably pays for itself just by your appearance. I know when we switched to white speakers, we use EV50s in our company. And when we switched to the all white setup, you know, we switched to that in the beginning of 22, and still it's, 25 now, mid 25. And we're still getting compliments from everybody on what does your appearance look like. So
yeah, it's a game changer. Yeah, that white is sweet.
So this is a question for both of you guys.
Yes,
Just
sir.
sitting here thinking, did you ever think that we would get to a point to where tripods are ugly?
My wife hated them from day one. She's always hated them.
You know, just seeing all of the different, you know, designs now, just never thought that we would get to that point.
Yeah. Well, I never thought I'd have a 3 foot or 4 foot tall tube light, you know, to support my dance floor with a color wash. So
do you use anything else besides those now?
Just those. Usually got 4 of them behind me, kind of a staggered look. And then I've got 2 of the floor ones on either side of my booth. And I tell you that I've been doing this about 20 years. And once we got the paddle up risers, I did a wedding, and the bride at the end of the wedding came up and said, "I loved your light show." And and no one's ever said, you know, we hear things about the music mix all the time, you know, fun mixed music. We had a great time. I wasn't expecting Grandma to get out there and dance to, you know, Usher's "Yeah," but she sure did. But nobody really complimented our lighting. And so I was surprised to get that feedback from the bride at the end of the night. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah. And I've been struggling with mine, like you say, the tripod, and because a lot of DJs, or a lot of boothers, as I call them, photo booth 360s, we like to put them around our 360s.
Gotcha.
And those are going to be a game changer as far as that goes, around the 360s,
especially
because
with the different heights.
And I like the flat plate because you don't want people tripping into a tripod.
Right.
So, yeah, like I say, I hate I didn't make it to Marquee, because I'd have been in trouble, because I need 4 to 6 around my DJ booth. I mean,
well, you know how to get a hold of me. We'll see. If
I do. I'm gonna get it. But first time I looked at the website, there was none in stock. The riser.
Yeah. So we basically had some inventory for Marquee, We sold about half that, and when we got back, we sold out we only have the white and silver right now. The black is about 4 weeks out, so we can get it, but at one point we had it completely shut off while we kind of caught up with ourselves, but it was only down for a couple of days.
Okay, yeah, because
you can order now.
Yeah,
white paddles are in stock, just like these. We've got plenty of stock on those. Those ship out pretty much next.
Which one is out? Black?
Which one? What?
Which one is out of stock? Black or white?
Black. The black is right now, because that actually outsells the white. So
I find that hard to believe, though, because a lot of us, but there's still a lot of people with black setups. So so it
and I would say it's more black than white.
Yeah, it is. But man,
you just see the white more.
Yeah, because it stands out in pictures, or more people are more likely to post their white setup.
Right.
What you mean? It's Christmas time.
Next question. Santa.
What specific problem do you think you solved? Do you think it solved a problem for us? You know, what you were trying to solve a problem for yourself or for the industry?
Yeah, I made a little bit of both. I think it just relieves your stress, knowing that I can just, quick connect this thing on. And I'll do it here in case people haven't seen it, but it just snaps right on like that. I mean, that's like within seconds, right? It's hooked on and ready to go. So stress reliever for sure. Removes the frustration, and I think it looks better too.
Yeah, it does. It looks really sleek, and like I say, it would be great around a 360 or wherever you put them at, your photo booth, however you put them. A friend of mine, he was using them as uplights at one time, but that's a lot of them to buy to put around the room for those. But like 4 or 5 around the room would be, or 8 or something like that would be really cool.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you have any interesting stories or unexpected use cases you've heard from customers?
As I mentioned, we never thought about staking it into the ground through the holes for an outdoor setting. I personally wouldn't use tubes in an outdoor setting unless it was pretty flat. But I mean, at least there's that option. So that was kind of surprising to hear.
They treated it like a tent.
Yeah. And like I said, when we launched, we were just looking to do, my wife and I were just like, let's just launch 2 little SKUs, a black and a white version, and let's see what happens. And then just the response to like, can you get those in the air? So that was a big surprise to me that I said, well, why do these guys want these things in the air? And a DJ told me, well, it throws the color further into the crowd. And I said, well, that makes sense, because if they're all at ground level, sometimes depending on your setup, your crowd, if you got a big crowd, they're blocking it, right?
That first row of people kind of block it.
Yeah. But we've talked to some local companies here in Grand Rapids. There's a company that does really big productions, and they were like interested in the design because they could clamp it on one of their overhead trusses with some clamping and things like that. So it's just interesting to see what people are, how they're getting creative. And as I mentioned, which side is the front, which is the back. And I've seen pictures with it both ways, where the back, to me, on the whole side, is they put it out as the front. So yeah, just little things like that. You think, oh, okay, I never thought about that. So
the creativity is
interesting. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I guess you could hang it upside down too, and and some trussing and different things, and it'd be easy to hang from a truss that way instead of another way.
Right.
As a creator and entrepreneur, what have been some of the biggest lessons you've learned launching a PaddleStand.com?
Wow, some of the biggest lessons. I think we're still learning. It's so new. I mean, just since March, we're just learning. What customers are interested in. Listening to the customer, I think, is the biggest portion of how you can better your product and your approach to market. And we have kind of dialed some of that in a little bit. But for instance, we're first shipping these, and we said, gosh, we probably should have these. These are powder coated. We should probably have these in some sort of bag. So the question was, do these come with bags? And that was something we didn't think of originally. And it seems obvious now, but we have felt bags that we ship them in, and we have nylon bags for the risers. So you do have some protection, and that's all included. So that was another thing that we didn't initially. In fact, some of the first orders we had, we went back and shipped bags to them at no charge.
Oh, that's nice.
Just to make sure their product's taken care of. So, again, just listening, hoping that you're presenting well, put in the work ahead of time to launch a product that looks like it's been around for years, right? That's what we wanted.
So on the silver, where did that come from? Or the powder coated? What made you get that one?
So for the silver, this is the way most aluminum comes in the tubing. You can get it powder coated in white, but there's a minimum order, and we just haven't hit those volumes yet.
So all of them are silver or either black. Instead, but the base is still white.
Yeah, and the black isn't even really powder coated. It's more like an anodized kind of finish. But it looks great too. So when you have it all together, I should have brought one here at home studio, but
that'll give them a reason to go to PaddleStand.com.
Yeah, there's pictures on there. If you go to the order page, you can see pictures. We got several pictures of what those look like in the different heights and the different finishes.
Yeah.
Another thing we learned, we haven't had any orders yet, but we did have one customer say, "Now, can I get a black paddle with a silver stand, a silver tube, and not all black?" And we can certainly change up that configuration if you want it, but we don't have it as a standard. But yeah, people were just things like that.
Yeah, because I would probably need black with my photo booths and white with my DJ service.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
exactly.
Man, wow, pretty good.
So how did you break into the DJ community with the product? Was it easy to get traction? In such a tight-knit industry, and I know with you being a DJ, that may have been a help for you, but let me hear that from you.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's been easy getting the word out. I mean, like I said, a lot of these groups are protected on selling products, which I get. So just, posting in certain groups, our setup, DJ setup, and then getting the questions and then sharing the link has been, beneficial for us. But I would say that it is a tight-knit group. And it is hard to get some traction unless you've already got like an established following in the industry of 2,000 or 3,000 followers, which we didn't obviously have launching this. So we just been able to kind of use it in the comment section of a lot of these social media groups. But
yep. So I'll give you a secret, and I agree, Channel, because you would probably have everyone and their mama trying to peddle something if we just be frank. So what I would say is, like, I'm a head of a group. Reach out to me. Hey, but I already posted it, so you don't have to worry about me. I already shared it already. But I mean, people like Rachel, them that's over the DJ Help Desk, Michael, DJ Sharing. Reach out to those guys and say, hey, can you share this in your page? Sure. And I try to be respectful of them. I don't ever put it for sale. But if it's in my group, if I see something that I think is phenomenal, I share it quick soon as I see it. As soon as I saw it from up there, I'll put it in DJ Crosstop. And I'm going to invite you to our group too. So if anybody have any questions, you can answer their questions about the stand.
Yeah, no, that would be great. We'd be happy to support any questions we can. We're usually pretty quick to respond, much like I am in my DJ multi-op. You don't want to lose that opportunity and in customer engagement. So you got to be there at all times of the day.
Jump to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's you.
Okay. So do you have any new versions or accessories that you have coming out soon? Anything new?
Not yet. Like, we don't have a light up version and it's got LEDs in it or not yet, Jay. No, I think we're taking baby steps. Again, we don't want to get in too deep financially as a launch. We've already got a fair amount of cost for the startup for what we put into it. We'll see where it goes. We have had some churches reach out to us on I know a lot of churches have their own in-house lighting or those backgrounds on the worship stage and things like that. But we have had a couple of churches say, we sometimes have like a summer outdoor event. So I think what we're kind of like looking is like, outside of DJs, are there other needs? Could it be used? We took the paddle itself and we made almost like a podcast mic holder out of one. Doesn't have the quick release, but the paddle itself has that look for it. So we're thinking of where else can it be used?
So let me tell you, there's a company here in Dallas I think they bought 100 of these glow tubes. And I don't know if glow tubes is not on there, you need to look and get hooked up with him and get him a quick release. But it was in the Arboretum, Dallas. You know how big Dallas Arboretum is. So he had all those throughout the whole Arboretum for they had a show on the open house, and hundreds of them throughout there lining the walkway. Now you know they were on a little black tripod just like this.
Yeah.
Several of them blew over, so you know he was going around the whole night trying to pick them up and put them back down. And those stands would have been perfect. You know, even if he put them off to the side, like the edge of the concrete or whatever, instead of the middle of the walkway, they would have been perfect to like the walkway.
Yeah.
But you hit a mother lode with these.
Yes, and I would agree that there are other industries that I think that this will cross over to.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to schools, you have some, schools do various different things,
right?
And programs and so forth.
Yeah. And they might not have a budget for, a DMX or whatever, but they want something that's going to look nice and be, present better than a tripod. And yeah, you're right with the walkway. We had a company say, the same audio visual company in town here, production company. They were like, we had stuff at a kind of a gardens where they had a lot of Christmas tree exhibits, and they were staking tripods down in like flower beds and things like that. And they were like, these would have been way nicer. They would and look better, right? Even just as like a wayfinder lighting, with a tube light, like backstage, they'll have have them in a purple color, the tube lights, but on those stands. So we don't know where it's going to go. Like I said, we've adapted. We're kind of looking at other industries and maybe some other products down the road, but a little bit of baby steps right now.
Cool. Yeah. Well, it's a wonderful product though, I think. What advice would you give to other DJs or creators who have an idea and want to turn it into a product or a business?
Good luck. No, I'm just kidding. It's tough. You really have to. I mean, it's one thing to make a product, but then you got to stand behind it, right? No pun intended with the stand, but But I would say do your research. We did a lot of research, so we would, listen and observe what are the current problems you have today in the market, and do you have the right solution for it? That people are going to say, oh yeah, this is a better solution than the problems I was having. So, but yeah, do your research, extensive research, as much as you can, so that you're prepared and ready to offer.
From start to public, how long was it?
It was mid-December of last year to March 1st. So it was pretty much 2.5 months for us. We were pretty aggressive with our timeline. But we wanted to kind of like strike while the iron's hot still. I know tube lights have been around a handful of years, but I think the frustration of, the tripod scenario, or a really heavy bass, or a screw that I lost at the end of the night. Now I don't know, how I'm going to put my tube light together the next night. We were we took in all that information and kind of raced to get it done, from trademarking the name. We do have a provisional patent design on the paddle stand itself. So getting that filed and then launching the website, we do that all ourselves. So designing, again, all those sort of topics we talked about a little bit ago, make it easy, get the attention grabber. We wanted a nice infomercial on a how-to video, if you will, on the website, which you can see on the About Us page. So it was just really kind of fast track. So don't go too fast, but do your research and listen to what the industry's talking about.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah,
that's very important.
Yeah,
because sometimes we just dive in head first,
right?
And we don't do, that back end work, because that matters. You may be putting your time and energy into something that won't work.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's important. So for listeners who want to get their hands on the paddle stands, where can they buy it? Are there any up and coming deals or bundles, which you touched on with the 10%?
Yeah.
Where can they buy it? tell us all of the places where they can go get paddle stands.
Yeah, right now it's just direct on our website, PaddleStand.com. You go to the order page and you'll see the different things. As I said, some of the items are out of stock. If they have a little bit longer lead times, all the lead times are listed. And if we get enough demand, we can get some more back in stock. But yeah, that's it. PaddleStand.com for right now. We're not on Amazon. We're not on eBay. We're not on any other selling channels. And as far as the bundles or deals, like I said, we're going to keep that save 10 as the promo code. Use that at the checkout.
Is that all lowercase or uppercase?
I think I don't think it matters, but I think it's uppercase. But yeah, save 10. And if you see something on the website or you don't see something on the website, send us an email. There's a contact page on there. If, like I said, we're working on the Chauvet right now, development of M10 and M12 bolts to support that. And yeah, save 10. Yeah. Yep. And we're going to run that till August, and maybe we'll go all the way to Christmas. Who knows? We'll see.
Save 20.
Yeah. Look at
He's like, save 20 if I wear your shirt.
yeah.
Yes. Oh no, we'll be orange one day while we're there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We'll be at the front, right there at the front door, and we'll be advertising.
But it's been a lot of fun. It is fun. If you're not having fun doing, something like this, what's the point, right? You don't want to walk into something that's miserable. We're building just like a different channel of revenue from our business. Obviously, our multi-op is the main thing. We've been around for 37 years now in West Michigan. And like I said, I'm into my 20th year doing this, but you just gotta have fun if you're gonna try to provide a solution. I think it's great that it's coming from a DJ to another DJ. So we know the pain. It's not like
that's what me and Mike talked about before, because you kind of understand our pain or what we need or how, what's going to better help us instead of somebody, I won't say a lighting tech guy or some furniture store guy saying, oh, I can make these paddle stands for DJs, and not really having an idea of what we want. The quick release was the ultimate, game changer. That was just wonderful.
Because we battle with time.
Yeah.
We all know.
And then when I watched that infomercial, I just died laughing because I've been there twirling that thing and trying to spin it real fast and getting them, and then having to turn them on and getting everything set up. So I know
we definitely want to play homage to those old 80s infomercials, right? The black and white. And
you did a good job of the homage too. So it was, I mean, everything about it has been really good. It's great launch. You put it out there, and like you say, if it wasn't a good product and people were standing right there seeing it at DJX, and they were not DJX, but at the market, and they were buying it, I mean, it's definitely a good product. So I really think that was good. And I saw it. I said, hey man, I got to reach out to this guy. So as soon as I saw everything, I reached out to you. Hey, we need to get you on the show ASAP as soon as possible, because I want to help you spread the word and get it out to the world.
Well, we certainly appreciate the opportunity you've given us.
Yeah.
Very much.
But I want to ask you a couple questions. So, I mean, you said you've been in the industry. So have you been doing weddings the whole time, clubs, or what have you been doing?
Never was a club DJ. Always weddings, doing some corporate stuff, doing some school stuff through the years. But primarily 90% of my role is weddings. So, yeah. And, I really love the entirety of it. I know a lot of DJs are into it just for the music mix, but I really take pride in, like, I always tell my clients, I'm wearing 3 hats for you. 1, I'm helping you manage your timeline that we put together. 2, I'm going to be a gracious host and MC for you. And lastly, I'm going to put a fun mix of music that I'm going to read the crowd with, right? Because we all know you'll get a list of must plays for those that do weddings. You get a must play list, and you might look good on paper, but until you go live, you might have to adapt, right?
True. Yeah, we all understand that one.
And I think those clients who realize the importance of somebody who can adapt make or break the event. So it's I really take pride in that's my enjoyment more than anything, is just putting the whole package together and helping them take the stress away. It's already a stressful day, but take that stress away, that they don't have to worry about, when am I going to cut the cake? When's my first dance? This, that, and the other. Guide your customer through the process. So I really enjoy that aspect of it. And I didn't start out that way. I've just gotten better through the years at providing and enhancing.
If you're not learning and getting better, you're getting left behind. You in the past. So another question I have, I know you probably had some too, but I'm gonna get all mine in because I'm trying to get it. So how many people on your team are working with you, or is it just you and your wife, or how would you sell those?
Yeah, so we have 10 DJs on staff, and we don't go out in pairs or buddies or anything like that. So we always go out singly. So when you get one of us, you get us for the entire event.
Okay.
A few years ago, and right before COVID, we did launch an add-on for photo booths. So we're offering that as well as uplighting, and we're doing the audio guest book now. So, kind of like listening to the industry, we weren't going to get into photo booths. And I always tell my customer, we only do digital. We don't do prints.
Mm-hmm.
We are a DJ company that happens to have photo booth. We're not a photo booth company. So DJ company first. But yeah, so there's 10 of us and then photo booth team. So there's about 15 of us in the company with our bookkeeper, and my wife's sort of the background sounding board for me, as 50-50 owner of the company. And she really talks me off the ledge a lot of times. So, but she didn't talk me off the ledge with PaddleStand. She's like,
she helped you though a lot in the advice, maybe.
Yeah, she's my advisor for sure.
Yeah. No, what I was saying, so is anybody in the company helping you with the paddle stands too?
Oh, the paddle stand, just me and my wife. That's it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep. Andrew Partia too. So we've had those late nights at our little office and doing some assembly and packaging and shipping and all that kind of stuff. So it's just been the two of us right now.
Okay. Mike, you got anything?
So you say you were a late bloomer to the DJ industry.
Yep.
What got you to the DJ industry? What was it about DJing that appealed to you?
So the backstory is I used to videotape weddings for about 10 years in my mid-20s. So I did that for about 10 years, and I kept running into the same company, Music Coast Entertainment, when I was videotaping in Grand Rapids, where we're located. And one day I was like, well, should I my family was growing. We had 2 kids at the time. I was like, should I actually 3 kids? Should I make the investment and upgrade my video equipment? Should I really? So I went to a bridal show and just was walking around, kind of being nosy. What's the competition like? And I ran into Music Coast Entertainment and started talking with them. And, I jokingly said, like we all do sometimes, hey, are you hiring? And they said, maybe, let's talk. And so what appealed to me at that time, Mike, was I had 3 little girls, and the time that it takes to edit those wedding videos versus DJing, not that there's not time involved with that, but I could be done at the end of the night and move on to my next customer. That appealed to me just from a time saving aspect. So that's how I got into it. And that was back in 2006, I guess. So,
wow.
Were you a music lover before?
Yeah. I'm a drummer from a musician side. So anything that got a beat, I'm in for it. My wife says, why do you listen to some of that stuff like lyrically? I go, I don't even hear the lyrics sometimes. It's just all about the beat for me. So
I'm the same way. Sometimes I couldn't tell you the most popular song lyrics. I just love the beat and I know where the ins and outs are. It's funny, we like that. My brother laughs at me like, how do you? I said, because I just beats are where I'm at. I love beats.
But I would say, Mike, my most recent transformation was during COVID.
Okay.
Coming into COVID, we had just taken over Music Coast Entertainment from the previous owner. My wife and I bought it in 2019 and took over. And then COVID hit and shut the business down. And we're like, what did we just buy? But during that downtime, we probably spent money we shouldn't have, but we took the time to revamp our image. I got more into mixing on controllers. Previous like that, it was CD to CD. I wasn't really, it was pretty old school. And so getting into controllers like the DDJ 1000s and the Rollins 707s coming out of COVID was just like, and these groups like the social media, some of these groups get flack all the time, but these Facebook groups really do help each other out. Yeah. And I did learn a lot in that downtime. And I was like, you know what, we're going to come out of COVID a bit stronger, different image, a younger, fresher approach. And it seems to have paid off for us. So thank you. We took over the company in 2019. We had 5 DJs. So we doubled ourselves in basically 7 years. And then added photo booth, added uplighting, so additional services as well. So it's been just growth on our multi-op side.
Wow, that's good, man. I'm glad everything's going good and it allowed you to do this great product for the industry. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I don't know. I'll figure that out. I'll be in touch.
Yeah,
but
offline conversation.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I can't tell everybody. Well, hey, man, I'm just trying.
I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with that. When you see something that works and that answers a problem, and sometimes we don't even realize that we have a problem.
Yeah.
But when you see something that answers a problem, it's a great thing.
Yeah.
Because it's whether we accept it or not, you can be the best DJ in the world, but if your setup
presentation
is not appealing, that presentation, people look at you like you are nothing.
Yeah.
And your skill doesn't surpass any of that. It doesn't go past that. It's just like when you think about your wives, what was it that appealed to you?
Yeah.
It was the outer appearance more than likely first before anything.
Yeah.
You had to see something and like that before you can actually, talk and do all of stuff.
Definitely.
No,
funny story about that, Mike, was we did a bridal show when I talked about revamp during COVID, but the first bridal show we were back to in person was January 22. And that's when we launched and showed our white DJ booth, white speakers, all white setup. And a bride came by and said, "How do I get that at my wedding?" And I said, "Do you care who's standing behind it?" She says, "Not really. I just love the way that looks."
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's crazy because
she may not care at that moment.
But I know it, but that's so many people.
Yeah.
Initially, they may not say it, but that's wow. It's the wow factor.
Yeah, the wow factor.
Yeah. That's why my wife said we could buy more white DJ booths. I was like, "Give me the checkbook."
Yes.
So what do you guys use? What booths?
We're using the Danny Max Infinity booths.
Shout out to Danny.
Danny Max, there he is.
Yeah. He was. I don't know what number customer I was, but I was in the early stage with him, probably somewhere after Rachel. I think probably in that first 10 or 15 customers that he had on the DJ side. And I don't know how many products we have 6 of the Infinities right now. We have 2 of the smaller setups, and we just switched over to one of his photo booths so that it all matches from the brand perspective in the market.
Now we need red shirts or black. Yeah,
right.
Danny is a great guy. Him and I are 2 great people, man.
Yes.
He's done a lot of great stuff for the industry too.
For sure.
Yeah.
And we talk to him all the time.
Yeah,
We see him on the road.
Yeah.
So
well, hopefully we'll get to see you on the road soon, man, somewhere.
Yeah, I hope so.
Hate you not coming to DJX because I would be able to get all my questions in offline.
Well, when you're walking around with your orange shirt at DJX, make sure you stop by Danny's booth and say, "Hey, have you heard of this product?"
Yeah, Danny, well, okay. Yeah, he will be there.
Oh yeah,
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, because
he's on that side of the world, so I would assume so. But
yeah, he probably will. Yeah, we got a meeting with those guys in a couple of weeks. I mean, actually Monday, so we'll know everything that's going on. Yeah, we shooting a show with them, the
pre-recorded show with
DJX.
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah. Well, brother, we don't want to take any more of your time. I don't know if those girls are still at home or your 3 kids are still at home or your wife has dinner on the table, but we really appreciate you jumping on with us. And I just, like I said, I absolutely love your product. I wasn't there, but that was my showstopper from afar because every year I always pick a showstopper, come back and tell everybody. Last year, funny, 2 orange in a row. Who was it last year? Brian.
Yes.
Brian. Simple is incredible.
Yeah, he was at Marquee. I chatted with him, and I actually gave him one of our shirts. I said, "Well, you already got orange, so here's another shirt in the mix."
Yeah, right? that program is incredible. I'm just buried in another one, so I just said, but I'm in it. I told everybody about it. I said, "Hey,
we
I
told
know
a lot of
DJs
people
just got it, and they love it." But I'm just kind of stuck in my ways. But I don't know. Maybe one day I'll just say, okay, I'm starting from zero and start over. Maybe January the 1st, 2026, I'll say, okay, from this point on, we're going Brian.
You talking yourself into
I want to, man, because I just love how it all interconnects and everything. Yeah,
that's a beautiful
he has
thing.
a great product, man.
Oh, no.
Another time we were coming back from Marquee going to have a dinner with KC down in Chicago.
Yeah.
Brian, Mike, we were
And
all
Howard
riding, and Howard all riding back together. And man, Howard, I think he wanted to pull over and just sit Keith on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I mean, not Keith, but Brian, and talk to him for an hour and ask him 100 questions about Simple.
We stopped at a Starbucks.
Yeah, we stopped because Howard needed to talk for an hour just to talk about Simple.
That's Howard. That's Howard.
Oh yes.
Right.
But it was good because
Yeah,
we got a crash course.
Yeah.
And it was so much information, and it was like, wow, they did a great job.
A great product, man.
Yeah. And Howard's one of our customers. He took some stuff with him from the
show. We saw him.
We saw
we know HW. Yeah, we know Howard.
When I saw the smile, I already knew what it was. I knew that there was a transaction.
I didn't know
behind
Howard
the
had
smile.
glow tubes. Though. I didn't know he had tubes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for having me. If anybody watching tonight has any questions, again, paddlestand.com. I know you threw it on the screen a few times. Send us a contact, use our contact form. Any questions you have, we'll be happy to respond and support. And if you want to order, go to the order page at paddlestand.com and hit that save 10 at checkout and get you 10% off.
Save 10.
Yes.
Save 10.
Save 25. No, just go by, y'all. Support. This guy's brought a great product into the industry. Man, and again, we appreciate you coming on. Let's get out of here, Mike.
All right. You have a good one and say hi to the wife and the kids for us.
We will. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody.